Hello, junior high kids. I'm going to show you how to easily put a table of contents into your science fair paper. So I've put some sample text in here and just part of a science fair paper to show us how this will work. Here's my abstract, and moving down, we'll build my table of contents down here. To do this, you're going to highlight the titles that you want included on your table of contents. So I'm going to start here with abstract. I have highlighted it, and I'm going to change it over here. I'm going to change its style. I'm going to change it from normal text to heading 1. Now, heading 1 changes the font, and I'm guessing that's not approved for your science fair paper, but we can fix that too. So let's undo that for a second, and let me show you another option. So its abstract is now back in Times New Roman size 12. Next to heading 1, if I go hover over this little arrow and click it, I can update heading 1 to match, meaning it's not going to change my font size, or look, it's still Times New Roman 12. But if you click here, see how this says heading 1? But if I click down on my paragraph, it says normal text. This is important for building the table of contents. Let's move on down to my table of contents page. I'm going to do the same thing here. Highlight the word table of contents. I'm going to change it from normal text to heading 1. This time I don't have to do this arrow because heading 1 is now the style I want it to be. It's the same size font. It's the same type of font that I want because I already set that. So I'm going to choose heading 1 here. And I am now going to build my table of contents. To do that, I'm going to go to Insert, Table of Contents down here at the bottom, and I get two choices. I can do one with page numbers or one with where it makes all the words into blue links. I'm going to choose the page number and click that. And you'll see it automatically grabbed my heading 1 abstract with the page it's on. Table of Contents, because it was in style of heading 1. It grabbed it too. Let's keep on moving down. And I think I can change this font too. If I just select it all, I think I can get that, yes, into Times New Roman as well. Moving on, you have more parts of your paper. This background information is your next title that needs a page number. If you highlight it, change it to heading 1, and then come back up, you're going to think, oh, it's there. And look, it's not there. But if I click inside my table of contents, I get this refresh button. And what that does is it goes back out looking at your paper, seeing if there's any more headings it needs to pick up. Moving on down, I just did one more section for us. What's your next part? Experimental write-up. So I'm going to highlight this. And although this situation is not going to apply to this, sorry, my Facebook notification. What I'm going to show you now doesn't apply to your science fair paper, but I think it's good to know in general. First of all, let's change the style up a little bit. Let's make it bold and underline. And I'm going to show you what happens if we make this the style for heading 2. So click this little, whoops, I'm having mouse problems, sorry. So I'm going to do update heading 2 to match, meaning I want this style. I want the bold, I want the underline, I want the Times New Roman. So update that. Notice it's labeled as heading 2. Come back up to my table of contents. And once again, this doesn't really apply to this paper, but this is good skill for you to know in general. Click inside my table of contents, click refresh. And now my experimental write-up has appeared, and it's on page 5. But because I chose heading 2, notice how it's indented. It's like a subheading, if you will. But that could give some really nice look for other reports and maybe novel type things that you guys write in Google Docs. But let's go ahead and fix that up. So that's not what we're trying to do today. Let's highlight experimental write-up, change it to heading 1, go back up to table of contents, click inside, refresh, and we get it back to where it's looking normal. The last thing I want to show you, since I have your attention, is in Tools. Once you get used to doing those heading styles, you can, inside Tools, use Document Outline here if it ever works for you, and you have these headings listed over here. So if you're ready to go edit your background information, you can click over here and it'll take you to that part of your paper. If you're ready to edit abstract, you can click there and it takes you to that part of your paper. It was just a really good organization tool. It'd be good for your teachers too when they go to read and edit and grade your papers if they're doing that online. If you have any questions, please contact me. Thanks.